This is the Aparo HT-12C RGB WW air pipe. Not what I would have had in mind when they said air pipe, but nonetheless, it's very cool, and here it is. It's an inflatable light. You can inflate these with a blower, but I'm just going to do it now and start the timer. Let's go. Oh, come on. Didn't even fast forward it. So that's the back of it. Has a couple of like holders here. They could just tear off, so be really careful with them. Also has some magnets at the back, so you can attach it to metal stuff. Be careful with a knife around it, you cut it, your cactus. So the beauty of this, obviously, is you can put it in your camera bag or stash it in your car, keep it somewhere really portable and just bring it out when you need it, and then blow it up as quick as you saw and you're ready to go. Has some traditional controls here. You turn the power on and off by holding this down, and it has a variety of different light options which you can circle through. You do that by changing the hue, the intensity and the saturation, both with a plus and a minus. Now the plus and the minus feel like they're in the wrong order, like the minus should be on the left and the plus should be on the right, but that's maybe just personal choice. Then you can shift between options by pressing the S button. If you change your mode, it goes to CCT. It has a maximum of 6,500 Kelvin and a minimum of 2,500. Then it has scenes. It has 20 scenes. When you get to the top 20 scene, you have to go back through down to 1. It doesn't circle round, which I thought was interesting, but not a game changer. And it gives you these nice little logos or pictures about what the actual scene is, and you go through until you find it's a mixture of white CCT scenes and RGB scenes that you can change the speed of between 1 and 10, or you can change the brightness of that scene, and you can crank that all the way up to 100. Look at that. Like, I haven't seen those lights in a while, thank goodness. But like, stick it on top of the car, hang on a tick, and you can go through this. Realize the actual light itself is pretty solid. You get it blows out a little bit because of the lighting in here, but when it goes to color, you have a bright streak through the middle, and then you have color on the side. And if you turn it round, you can actually be quite directional with it. So it's only, the light is only for half of the actual see-through thing. And if I keep going down through the scenes, you'll see that they just change. This is a love heart one. Oh, it's like pulsing warmth light. How good is that? Yeah, you see, you know the drill. If you've seen these lights, you just get 20 different scenes that, depending on what your needs, you can probably come up with what you like. I really like the speed change on this, so you can change the speed of those effects rather than just being stuck with the rhythm that it is pre-programmed with. And then let's just run you through the RGB colors so you can see the effect that you get out of it. Maybe instead of looking at the light, when I look at the light, there's a solid color coming all the way through. When you look at the light in the camera, you kind of lose that because it blows out a little bit. But you can see from my face the different effects as I hold my finger on the plus button, and it just rotates through the entire 360 degrees of color hue options that it gives you. And I like to stop on 1. Oh, just missed it. There you go. I reckon that's 1. That's red. And to my naked eye, that is super red. It's a little bit dull here. It's a little bit dull here. And then you have the vibrancy right in the middle, and then it starts to dissipate. But you have a built-in light diffuser, yeah? So you can look at your face and be light diffused by the foggy finish on the transparent plastic here. I've just put it on CCT on daylight, and this is at 100%, and I thought it'd be helpful to reduce the brightness of it so you can see what effect it has. And it's going to cycle all the way down. That's 0, 1%, and as you can see, 1% doesn't have a massive impact, but you can see it quite clearly. And then it goes up to about, that's 11%, and it starts to affect its surrounding circumstances. But as you can see, you've got a lot of control incrementally from 100 all the way down to 0, and the Kelvin rating goes up in 50s, not hundreds, so you have a lot of control on the exact white light you get out of this. Now, when you have a product like this, you need to be really careful, because with a lot of wear and tear, I can imagine that the seams here would start to break and crack, although I've had no experience of that. I'd also be careful about how you fold it, because there's an LED strip in here, which is clearly durable and can be moved, but frequently they can unplug, and if it unplugs in there, you kind of can't get at it, and if it breaks in there, you kind of can't get at it. So you need to be careful of some of these fragilities of this product. You can also charge it through the USB-C here, and it comes with a USB-C cable to do that, as well as the bag that you saw at the start of this, which can be drawstringed tight, but you want to be careful again how you fold it up. Be less folds the better, right? As you put it away, less folds the better. And then it has a strap here so you can hang it on something or hang it on your wrist as you're moving around. It's a really cool product. And let me just deflate this for you. So I pop this off, and then I put my finger on that, and it automatically goes down. And the battery is the roll in here, and then you can just fold it up. And what I found is if you fold it up and then you just deflate it, you've got a strip like this. Like, you might need a light like this as well, so you have that option. But you'll notice as the diffuser falls against the light, the diffusion of the light ceases to be effective. You just hold this button down to turn it off, and then there's a simple fold and a simple fold, and then it slides back into the bag. Great job, Aparo, on the air pipe. Love to see a bit of a new ingenuity coming out, and thank you for sharing it with me. Really appreciate that. If you want yours, you can find it in a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, subscribing, liking, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. This is a blower. So you can inflate